Aerobic respiration, anaerobic aspiration, and fermentation are methods for living cells to produce energy from food sources. While all living organisms conduct one or more of these processes, only a select group of organisms are capable of photosynthesis, which allows them to produce food from sunlight. However, even in these organisms, the food produced by photosynthesis is converted into cellular energy through cellular respiration. A distinguishing feature of aerobic respiration as compared to fermentation pathways is the prerequisite for oxygen and the much higher yield of energy per molecule of glucose. Glycolysis is a universal beginning pathway conducted in the cytoplasm of cells for breaking down glucose into chemical energy. The energy released from each molecule of glucose is used to attach a phosphate to each of four molecules of adenosine diphosphate, or the ADP, to produce two molecules of adenosine triphosphate, or the ATP, and an additional molecule of NADH. The energy stored in the phosphate bond is used in other cellular reactions and is often regarded as the energy or the currency called of the cell. However, since glycolysis requires the input of energy from two molecules of ATP, the net yield from glycolysis is only two molecules of ATP per molecule of glucose. The glucose itself is broken down into pyruvate during glycolysis. In aerobic respiration, it occurs in mitochondria in the presence of oxygen and yields the majority of energy for organisms capable of the process. Pyruvate is moved into mitochondria and converted to acetyl-CoA, which is then combined with oxaloacetate to produce citric acid in the first stage of the citric acid cycle. The subsequent series converts the citric acid back into oxaloacetate and produces energy-carrying molecules along with way called NADH and FADH2. Each turn of the Krebs cycle is capable of producing one molecule of ATP and an additional 17 molecules of ATP through the electron transport chain. Since glycolysis yields two molecules of pyruvate for use in the Krebs cycle, the total yield for aerobic respiration is 36 ATP per molecule of glucose in addition to the 2 ATP produced during glycolysis. The terminal acceptor for the electrons during the electron transport chain is oxygen.